Yeah, take this. I'm gonna make your piece of day. And oh, ah, it's you, my friend. It's been a while. I don't produce videos since the I don't remember exactly. Okay, before I'm gonna start this video, I'm gonna give you a very special advice, especially on this pandemic of the coronavirus and the really bad situation we see now. My big recommendation is stay at home. Don't move unless you need to get alcohol, the mask, anything that is for your health, your family, and your care of your house. Because trust me, a lot of people get infected by going out, and who knows gonna happen. So just stay home and you help the people in the community still there. As a result, a big virtual hug to you guys and take care a lot, my friends. Just be thankful you're here. Who knows gonna happen next, my friends, in this pandemic, and especially the bad situations happen right now. Okay. Aside from that, I'm fine, my friend. I'm right at the house, playing my games and stay and continue to produce videos. As a result, I'm thankful that I'm here. But who knows gonna happen? Anyways, back to the video, my friend.
Greetings, and today, welcome back to another episode of a nostalgia video because it's very special. I decided to make it a something to talk about I didn't talk in the channel before, my origins as a gamer. Now, most people think start with consoles. Well, that is not true. Before I got my Super Nintendo, I got way before that, and that is MS-DOS. Yep, Microsoft Disk Operating System. I started as more like a PC gamer back then. This is before I got my Snes to see behind me. Well, my computer you see before, it's a, well, you see in the other side in a moment, is my Compaq Presario 512 1997. It has a Pentium 3. Well, that's my first computer. It doesn't have a sound card at all. Well, that's what I started with in gaming. And that game that gave me the credit is one amazing game that I used to play all the way long, is Wolfenstein 3D. Now, unfortunately, what I got is, see it? This is the game right here, and this floppy disk. I has, well, back then, the game was stored on floppy disk. So this is the game right here. I stored the entire executable run on one single disk. I compiled into one disk in zip file. As a result, I was there. This is way before I do in Windows. I do it to make compact and easy to use. As a result, I unzip it in my hard drive and then to install it. The game normally comes to a 1 per disk per episode. Well, I have the entire episode on one disc, which is quite amazing I did back then. That's thanks to my dad as a result. Because my dad used to be a programmer back in the old days. Then his job was use the programming skills to make the marketing and all the companies. As a result, this is way before I was even born. As a result, I'm talking about the late 80s and early 90s. This is almost before I was even born. By the time I was 1 year old, he thought, what can I do with this little guy right here? Well, he taught me to teach computers, and I'm glad he did, because that don't really imagine I'll be today knowing a lot of the computers and stuff, because without him, I wouldn't even know about computers, technology, everything. It was thanks to him. And so I'm gonna put a picture of him back in 1994. Well, this is before I was even born, to see how he looked like. So yeah, I'll show it to him. As you can see, this is him when he was, I believe, 24. I don't remember exactly. But apparently he was in his mid-20s. His computer at the time was a 386DX using Windows 9.1. Well, being an expert in technologies and being a programmer, he used to program a lot of computers all the time. This is the early 90s in computers back then. That's my kind of stuff. I love old computers. I'm a huge believer in vintage computing. That's why you see that I got interested in MS-DOS, old Windows, and the Commodore Amiga. I'm only fascinated by old technology. As a result, I wanted to learn. Well, my dad taught me in his newer computer, the Compaq Presario 5120, using a Pentium 3 hardware. The Windows I used by the time was Windows 95. Yep, Windows 95. That was the last revision of Windows 95 before I moved to Windows 98. Well, at that time, he taught me to install the software and using MS-DOS and the old commands. This is way before others, as a result. And anything, it was. Well, in this case, as others. Well, that's what I got Wolfenstein. Well, he downloaded for the BBS software back in the day. And yes, BBS stands for the broadcast. I'll put the terminology. It's been a long time I don't use those terminology. I'll put the terminology back there. So the new generation got the idea, they might know it. As I mentioned before, Wolfenstein, well, he downloaded for the BBS a long time ago, sincerely. It was quite a long while, sincerely. Is most recent as a result. And being said, especially on other software all the time, it was quite simple, sincerely. And when I downloaded it, you download both Wolfenstein and Spear Destiny, the chill version. Then I got the full release for really cheap, as a result, in floppy disk, the 3.5 inch, not the 5/4 inch, which is older than that. He came in 3.5 inch, 1.44 megabytes, which is tiny, really tiny compared to nowadays, which is a long time ago. When I got it, was a marvel thing. When I look at it, it's just a beauty. When I see those old games, sincerely, Wolfenstein was a sensation. When I put it on the disc, by the way, no sound card. Most people had the luxury; they had a sound card, or me, none of that. I used the PC speaker sound, because at the time I didn't know how the sound card work. As a result, I had to use verison. So my dad put the PC speaker sound, and that will be it. So as a result, you see beeps and others during the PC speaker. It was a lot of fun. It was just a sensation when I look at it, sincerely. As a result, when I played again, it was a sensation, because I used to play back in the day. I used to be a completionist. I used to complete all the things, all the way, all the terrains, all the secrets, each secret, complete, even some mysteries. And sometimes you see Pac-Man. Sometimes you see it's just secrets, including the infamous owl sign from Apogee back then. It was a sensation, necessarily. If you want to know the story about the Wolfenstein, I'm gonna give briefly, but if you want the full history, I recommend the Gaming Historian video, the interview of John Romero, which is the Godfather of the first-person shooters at it, and of course the LGR video. You got a good time with those, sincerely, as most. It started with 3 young persons: John Carmack, John Romero, and Tom Hall. Tom Hall was the creator of the Commander Keen series. And while John Carmack was the programmer, he made the engine. And John Romero was the man behind all the stuff. He was the brain of the operation. He started to create games. For example, with Carmack, he made HOVERTANK, which was created by Software back then. The game was really interesting. It was the idea of Wolfenstein. The other differences is the game uses a plain, flat texture engine, which was kind of primitive to look at nowadays, but it was impressive back then. Then you have CATACOMB 3D, which after talk with the creator of Ultima series, Ultima Underworld, to how to use the texture, well, they added texture in the game. In that form, when they released Wolfenstein, finally the game that really they wanted it as a result. Again, it's a little fascinating story. As for me, I still enjoy the game to this day. Even this, well, kind of primitive to compare to Doom. Most people prefer Doom over Wolfenstein, but I really enjoy the game for what it is. Nowadays, I don't complete all the secrets because it's been a long time I don't play the game. But I used to enjoy the hell out of it, especially Spear of Destiny. I just adore the Spear of Destiny, especially the last boss, the Angel of Death. And the famous evil music, which I'm gonna play right now. Yeah, the music, evil. It makes me satanic, evilness. And that music is just awesome. And I listen, I become evil. Well, at least to me. Okay. I'm gonna play the game on my good old childhood Compaq Presario, the one I used to play back in the day. Still functional to this day, thank goodness. As a result, with the same PC speakers, they're all with former glory. So, step down, get some popcorns, and enjoy, my friends, and have a good day. This is the short video I'm gonna show right here. So, for those that don't know, so this is the operating system that I used to use back in my old days. This is called DOS. Yes, MS-DOS computer, also known as Microsoft this operating system. It was created based on the CPN programming system by Bill Gates, which I will give you a link down below, a description of the history about the CPU. Well, today is not going to be the case. I'm going to show you the most simple thing. For example, this is my Compaq Presario, you've seen my background. It's been a while I don't use this thing. So, for example, if let me show directory, boom, you can see directory. As you can see right here. If you want to see a, let's say, pause, you can see my files. And yeah, this is on my files of Windows 98. But it's been a while I don't use that window. I'm using the DOS mode. As you can see, I have all the games right here. Like so. So yeah, you can see right here. So yeah, all the way up. Oops. See clean. So yeah, that's how basically DOS it is. It's pure commands as a result. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a quite big, enormous memory lane to me because it's just passion to me. And that's what my origin. That's why I started with video gaming. This is way before I got Super Metroid, way before I got Demon's Crest. And I will give you a big thanks to John Romero, John Carmack, and Tom Hall. They made a childhood that really I can't forget. Wolfenstein was my origins of me, Edgar Luis Munoz Rivera. Without Wolfenstein, without Spirit of Destiny, and without my dad, I wouldn't be here talking right now and wouldn't be in gaming or not even interested. Well, it was thanks to that game and my dad and my interest that got my inspiration. I know some young would say it's outdated, it's just old. For me, it's not of that. It's still a glorious, amazing game. Do yourself a favor. If you haven't played Wolfenstein or Spirit of Destiny, play the game right now. You can easily get the game online by GOG.com. Or if you still have your old floppy disk, well, grab a copy, put it in your old computer, and get the original WAD file and use. I recommend to use EC Wolf, which is a great program to play Wolfenstein on your modern displays using your and higher resolution. I want to play as what it is, 4x the old school square standard aspect ratio and the old school vanilla overs. I want to use old school. Me personally, I will still use my old computer Compaq 2. Has more authenticity to me, sincerely. That's what it is. If you haven't played the game, go on right now and respect your elders' gameplay to me. And now my excuse means I'm gonna play a bit more Wolfenstein on my old computer, and right now I'm gonna enjoy it sincerely. As anyways, thank you for watching the episode, and take your time and have a good time. Take care, everybody.